Hi, I'm FPL Useless, so this probably isn't the place to be if you're looking for in-depth tactical analysis of your FPL team. But here we go, let's have a look at my team. I might actually get the team week correct this week because most of the time I don't even know what day of the week it is, never mind which week. So my last video I completely got confused about which week we were on. And it's only week 3, so it can only get better from here. So at the moment, I'm doing quite well so far. Could be worse because I'm 277,000th in the world, and no doubt that's the highest I'll probably be all season. Um, doesn't matter at this stage. Does not. So if you look at the rank, it doesn't really matter yet. It's all about consistency, which I'm not very good at, but we'll see where I end up. I had a much better week than some people, and ended up with 57 points for the week with a Watkins captaincy. So looking at this week, same. I have Edison. I mean, he is performing beyond my expectations. He had 2 clean sheets already, which when I owned him last season, I owned him in between parts. I don't even know if he got that many clean sheets too. I don't think he did. I didn't have I had him for maybe about 10 or 11 game weeks, and I don't think he had 1 clean sheet in all the time I owned him. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice there, but um, anyway, Akanji as well. That double up of the defense looks pretty good, but the only problem is it means very difficult for me to get to someone like Foden or Alvarez, who look popular at the moment now that De Bruyne is definitely out for a long period. Chilwell didn't do much last week, but he's in there. You know, great fixture against Luton. Sure, he'll do well. Now, Estepinian I brought in for Gabriel. He was my only transfer. I don't think I'm going to make any more transfers. This looks like the team I'm going to go into game week 3 with. So let me know what you think, if you think I'm missing a trick anywhere. But I made a decision at the beginning of the season not to start with Estepinian because I thought, although he had 3 good fixtures, the ones after that looked difficult. And Gabriel, obviously, I started with Gabriel. I wasn't one of these people who swapped him out for Saliba, even though I did see Andy's deadline stream, so I could have done. But I felt sorry for those people who didn't see it, and in solidarity with those people, decided not to make the switch, or maybe I just I wasn't sure about it, so I didn't think. I thought he probably would start, despite the information that Andy had. And do you know what? The backlash he got from that was ridiculous. I mean, there's always been team leagues. Nobody moaned about the Man City stuff before that. And I'm sure loads of people made changes and moved John Stones out of the team, or put Foden in, maybe put Alvarez in. Because I certainly did. I moved Akanji in because I knew John Stones wasn't going to be in the starting lineup. But anyway, it is what it is. Hoping for some points from Martinelli and Saka, and Rashford also, who have been a bit disappointing. It's tempting to move one of them onto someone like an Mbuemo, or Mbumo, however you say it. But and I think had Maddison not been injured, that might have been the move. Maybe would have also considered moving Mitoma out for one of those. At the moment, only the 1 transfer, which leaves me next week. I'll also still have 2 transfers because I'm rolling 1. Mitoma against West Ham, and I mean his goal last week was amazing. Fantastic goal. So And then also Vissa, whom I'm very pleased with. I sort of made a choice between Vissa and Embuemo, and I'm happy with that. Embuemo scored more points. Vissa's slightly cheaper. A lot of people now moving to Vissa, and when start of the season, I think he was on about 4% owned, maybe 6%, something like that, very low owned, and that's gone up to about I think 14 or 16. So becoming more popular. Watkins, holding on to him. Don't really see the point in moving him. I could move to someone like a Jackson. I can't get Alvarez because I have Edison and Akanji, so he's not an option for me. And but Watkins scored well. He's got 2 assists. A bit unlucky last week not to get anything more than that, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's crazy on Twitter. You know, everybody, oh, move Watkins out. Let's move him out because he's awful. He's not, he hasn't scored any goals. Then he bangs in 3 against Hibs, who, I mean, I don't know how good Hibs are, but I imagine, Scottish League, they well, they let 5 in. Luca Dean looked amazing in that. 3 assists as well. Nobody's bringing him in, I don't think. I'm not. But Watkins, and then the captain goes to Haaland. This week, I mean, last week I took a bit of a risk, went with Watkins captaincy, but this week I think Watkins, Sheffield United it is away, but it's Haaland, and not a lot more to say about that. I think he's the obvious one, and not really looking anywhere away from him at the moment for captaincy this week. On the bench of Turner, Pau Torres, who I was thinking about starting for somewhat. I'm even looking. I mean, the way Man United have played, I'm looking at benching Rashford and starting Pau Torres. But if I'm not going to play Rashford against Nottingham Forest, I'm not sure when I'm going to play him. In fact, if they're still not doing well, if they don't do anything this week, I think it may be a lot of people ship them out, the Man United players. So have a look at that next week. See what happens with Martinelli, how he's playing. It looks he looked okay, but maybe not as effective with Nketiah playing as opposed to Jesus. Not sure, but anyway. And then the guy who I can't pronounce his name at the bottom, Chewbacca, he is injured, but it's not a priority to get out at the moment. Branthwaite, I mean, Everton looked really poor, and I think he may. I mean, maybe he'll get a start soon because that defense looks pretty poor. So one of the reasons I had those, in fact, all my bench players apart from Turner. Well, Branthwaite was very low owned, maybe 1.4% or something, or no, maybe 0.4. Very, very low owned. And so even if people are selling him, he's less likely to go down in price. So that's and he's last on the bench. I don't think that I'd probably need him with the team that I've picked. Pau Torres was lower owned than Mings, which is one of the reasons I picked him. And now Mings is injured, so Pau Torres looks like he's going to play more likely. And Chukwuemeka is quite low owned as well. Unfortunately, he got injured. He looks a great player, and he scored a goal last week as well. So, but not a priority to ship out or anything. Anyway, let me know how your team is shaping up for game week 3, and let me know what you think of mine. Cheers, guys. Bye.